you know, you can see. So if you see crime and report it, don't take law in your hand for the right authority. Really can't take your law in. Crime stopper here for us, bringing safety to your door. Whether you rich or you poor, if you see a human target, I mean you check. Do it for your safety. If you see it, don't keep it. You must call to report it. Crime Stopper, the people bringing safety to your door. Crime Stopper, stopping crime and make a peace for them before. Crime Stopper, Liberia, from the center to interior. Crime Stopper, keeping us safe, they're stopping crime for all of us. Crime Stopper, the people bringing safety to your door. Crime Stopper, stopping crime and make a peace for them before. Crime Stopper, Liberia. From the center to interior, Crime Stopper, keeping us safe, they're stopping crime for all of us.
Crime Stopper Liberia is your community crime fighting partner. Don't take the law into your own hands. Remember, if you see a crime, report it. This is a message from your own self, Old Man Sam Cyan.
Crime Stopper, the people bringing safety to your door. Crime Stopper, stopping crime and make a peace for them before. Crime Stopper, Liberia, from the center to interior. Crime Stopper, keeping us safe, they're stopping crime for all of us. Crime Stopper, the people bringing safety to your door. Crime Stopper, stopping crime and make a peace for them before. Crime Stopper, Liberia. From the center to interior, Crime Stopper, keeping us safe, they're stopping crime for all of us.
United to support We Are Continuity says, but on November 14th, runoff number 2, George Manuel Weah and Joel Howard Taylor for presidency. This message is sponsored by Onsueco, District 17. Thank you.
Amen to all my first time for order to the prayer, man. All of your call to the prayer. Put your voting card in the air. You ready? Go! First time voter. Yes. First time voter. Yes. 18 year old. Yes. 18 year old. Yes. Young boy, younger. Yes. Young boy, younger. Yes. Oh my papa. Yes. Oh my papa. Yes. One my baby. Yes. One my baby. Thank God I get my voting card. Now my walk up can be my press away. I thank God I get my voting card. Now my walk up can make your we are we. I thank God I get my footing card. Now my walk up can make the hoop we. Faster photo, yes. Faster photo, yes. 18 year old, yes.
United to support We Are Continuity says, vote on November 14th, runoff number 2, George Manuel Weah and Joel Howard Taylor for presidency. This message is sponsored by Onsueco, District 17. Thank you.
I'm feeling the vibes with Patricia Morris.
Asuna tepe, manchigi se, kogoli oko, so gafte. Asuna tepe, manchigi se, kogoli oko, so foxy. Dawa everyday activities, dawa everyday activities.
A very pleasant good morning, folks, wherever you are joining our broadcast. We want to say a very pleasant welcome here to the program from the Print News here on Freedom Communications Incorporated. Today, of course, is Wednesday. Today marks the 8th day of the month of November, and it's good to be here again to bring you the best your radio has to offer. And of course, we're coming up with our regular reading of papers. And today we're going to be looking at the online version of our two dailies, We'll be looking at the front page Africa. We will also look at the Daily Observer. My name is Esther Daku, and of course, I have with me Wendell, I have Dafana, I have the Mingos who just joined us. Good morning, Wendell.
Good morning, Esther. Good morning to our many listeners, peace loving people of Liberia. Welcome to another edition of the Print News. As Esther said, we will be sharing with you two local dailies on today's edition. So stick and stay, and the team will take you up to that's 12:30 this afternoon. So let me cross over to Dapana, and Dapana, good morning and welcome.
Yeah, good morning to you, Wendell, and good morning to Esther. I want to say a big good morning to the peace-loving people of Liberia. All of you guys in Radio Land.
Don't forget Gus, because it's on the line.
Yeah. Under the sound of my voice. And I also want to say, the man Inquible. So he will be last, yeah. So I want to say, Gus, good morning to you all the way there in Chicago. And I know the cold is not easy over there. I'm enjoying myself over here, so I'm worrying on nothing for now.
You sure you're enjoying the heat? Because the sun right now can cook beans.
Yeah, but
serious beans.
It's better for now. But anyway, it's good to be here. As Wendell and Esther said, this is the program from the Print News, and we have come to bring you the latest in the newspaper and then give you one or two analyses as it relates to the stories.
Okay, Gus, good morning.
Yeah, good morning. How you guys doing? This is Gus Kwama. Like the man said, it's cold. It's 5 a.m., 5:16 a.m. in the United States. Up here, just to propagate, make sure we retire Ome Bwakai. We'll do everything we can.
Finally.
Looking forward to it.
Okay.
We retire him finally.
Your man say you're enjoying the sun though.
The weather.
They enjoy. Oh, by the way, my team is over there. They're doing really well. They were Yesterday
I was following. I was following, and then saw the team. They were somewhere doing some work. So I don't know how we can get in contact with them to,
Sir Joseph, we can. I know they got a lot of clinics, so the best time to do anything would be after hours. Maybe like they run clinics to about 5 o'clock almost. So they're saying almost like 500 people. It's crazy, but the way the process work is amazing. Triage, almost everybody gets in just because of the way they do the triage. There's people that are serious, there's people that aren't serious, you know what I'm saying? So they put them in different queues and run them through as quickly as they can, medications and referrals and whatnot. So it's going pretty well. And we've been doing this for a while now, so the Liberian people kind of understand how it operates. So yeah, thank you. And the team is over at Alagoon, usually after. So if the team wants to meet them, just let me know. We can do that. We can arrange that too. Thank you.
Thank you very much. That's the voice of Gus Korma, and we're here. And I got some information I would like to share with the followers, those of you listening. We've been told that there is a planned protest by some health workers at the Ganta Rehab Hospital. I'm told they are planning to go slow, not for salary issue. All right. Their concern is that they were to be employed last October. All right. So they are planning to protest in that part of Liberia, Nima County, at the Ganta Rehab Hospital there. So we got the information this morning, and we hope the requisite authorities can make some quick intervention to see how best they can put stop to that planned protest. So those of you listening, those of you who are authorities, the Ministry of Health and partners, to make sure that you make some quick intervention at the Ganta Rehab Hospital in Nima County. We've been told that the folks there are planning to go slow, not for salary issues, but for employment issue. That's their concern. And another story we received from District 17, where I live, is that the beach and waterway workers are also planning to go and protest because, according to them, there's some issues, the government need to address. So these are some of the information we've gathered. So we hope that the maritime authorities and other requisite authority, the Ministry of Youth and Sports, to see reason to have these guys, put us hot to whatever plan they have. But again, we are here, and so we'd like to welcome all of you watching us on our Facebook and YouTube pages. We want to welcome you to this edition of the Print News. We are 20 minutes into time, so let's take our first story from the online version of the Front Page Africa newspaper. And just before we do that, we want to appreciate and recognize the good work of the original rescue mother. People can call and say, Winner, sometimes you need to appreciate this woman because she's doing a lot for us. All right. So original rescue mother of Finabondo, you got 3 bomb blasts from all of those that you've been aiding in the process. They are saying that, she's so kind. Whenever we call upon her, she's always there to listen. So that's for you, original rescue mother from the women of CDC, most especially the Pro Defenders women. They want to let you know that they appreciate everything you do for country and the party. Liberian government gets highest pass in MCC scorecard since 2017. Now eligible for consideration of US $500 million in compact grant. Wow, that's good news for Liberia. This is a news that we need to celebrate. Yeah, good news for Liberia. But let's run a few lines of this story. Let me see, where is it? I'm trying to get there. Okay, it says here, the Liberian government, led by President George Manneh Weah, has successfully met the requirements of the Millennium Challenge Corporation scorecard. MCC scorecards play an important role in the competitive selection process to determine which countries are eligible to establish a 5-year grant agreement known as a compact. A country is considered to have passed the scorecard when it fulfills at least 10 of the 20 indicators, which include the control of corruption indicator and either the civil liberties or political rights indicator. In the 2024 fiscal year report released by the MCC, Liberia's performance exceeded expectations by passing 14 of the 20 indicators. Tapana, are you listening?
Yeah.
Okay. So that's it. In the 2024 fiscal year report released by the MCC, Liberia's performance exceeded expectations by passing 14 of the 20 indicators. These 14 indicators encompass various aspects, including fiscal policy, inflation, political rights, civil liberties, control of corruption, trade policy, rule of law, freedom of information, gender in the economy, land rights and assets, health expenditures, access to credit, employment opportunities, and immunization rates. Yeah, good news for Liberia, folks. So that's it. Good news for Mama Liberia. Let's take more stories. Yeah, let's see our next story. I'm trying to get to this one. All right. This story says, third place finisher Edward Appleton endorses Joseph Boakai. All right. It is no secret that Mr. Edward Appleton of the grassroots development movement is an unexpected hero of the just ended October 10, 2023 presidential and general elections, who has become a darling boy wanted by the two big players on the political field of the 2023 presidential runoff election. And then more stories to cover here. Another story here says Okay, where is it? Yes. Okay, okay, I'm right there. And this is the story. Speaker Chambers files motion for relocation of the case. Once hearing officer rescue himself in attempt to overturn Maryland District Number 2 result. Tensions flared at the National Elections Commission headquarters on Tuesday as the ongoing electoral dispute between Representative-elect Anthony F. Williams and outgoing Speaker Buffer Chambers took another twist. The dispute, which centers around the outcome of the recent elections in Electoral District 2, Plebo-Sodican District, reached a pivotal point as Speaker Buffer Chambers continues to pull strings in his fight to have the result overturned. Speaker Chambers, represented by a team of lawyers led by the Global Magnitsky sanctioned lawyer, Councilor Serena Cephas, filed several motions and requested an amendment to the proceedings. The motions presented were as follows. A motion requesting the magistrate's recusal from the case. A motion to relocate the proceedings from Plebo, citing concerns about locations, conduciveness, and potential prejudice from local citizens. A motion to amend the existing case to include additional arguments and pieces of evidence. In response, Rep-elect Williams' legal team argued the following points. They challenged the motion for the magistrate recusal, asserting that Chambers failed to present any conflict of interest that would warrant such a request. Williams' legal team accepted the motion for relocation, given that the case was already being heard at the NEC headquarters. All right, we'll just take few stories from here because our team here, we had to do one thing. We all promotional thing now. So most of these stories, we'll just take them small, and then just give you a gist of it. Let's take one more from NAFA. NAFA boss urges Liberians to re-elect President Weah. And I think this woman too, she got in because in Liberia we have 9 coastal counties, right? Mm-hmm. So when the government of President George Manneh Weah took over, they brought serious transformation to the fisheries sector. People who were that way back in where we used to go, Esther, you don't know it, but I live on the beach. And we used to hold net.
Why you like to assume that
you're a small man. You don't see it that
what they call you a small.
Yeah. We used to hold net on the beach. The people say all the thing there, the Anglo-Saxon age thing there. Right now we're in modern age, so everything should be modernized. So I think what they used to use, they're not using it anymore. So the government took over and started, improving the lives of the fishermen in Liberia. Yeah, the fisheries sector to be specific. All right, so that's it. The head of NAFA, Edmund Glasgow, is calling on Liberians to re-elect President Weah for the level of work done in the country. The Liberian fisheries sector got off to a good start under the leadership of President George Manneh Weah CDC-led government, with international partners and government, including the Japanese and the World Bank, contributing physical cash and making materials donations. The World Bank has contributed over $40 million to fisheries infrastructure development in Liberia, as well as the government of Japan has donated several pieces of Yamaha motorized engine that have been distributed to fisheries cooperatives in the 9 coastal counties. And we can leave it right there and take one more story before we send controls to Esther. And let's take this story. Okay, we can take 2 more stories from here. And it says, Liberia, as Foreign Minister Kimia engages District 5, several opposition auxiliaries pledge support to President Weah. The old proverb, good never lost, came to pass this past weekend when members of the opposition political parties in District Number 5, Montserrat County, announced their endorsement of President Dr. George Manuel Weah's re-election candidacy in the runoff election scheduled for November 14, 2023. A one-day interactive forum with His Excellency Ambassador Maxwell Kimiyah, Senior Foreign Minister of the Republic of Liberia and political leader of the move, was decided upon by hundreds of residents of District Number 5, heads of Unity Party, auxiliaries, some partisans of the collaborating political parties, other community groupings, supporters, and well-wishers during the launch of Ambassador Kimiyah's community outreach and engagement initiative. The group said their action was in appreciation of Kimiyah's goodwill towards the communities in District Number 5. And then lastly, we can take this story. Let's take our final story here. And this would do it for the online version of the Front Page Africa newspaper. And this is our final story. Ruling party chairman hints that Coalition for Democratic Change support to the collaborating political parties in 2029. What appeared to be impossible 3 years back in Liberian contemporary politics happened over the weekend when the opposition collaborating political parties pledged its support to the presidential bid of incumbent George Weah for the runoff election, which is a week away. The event took place at the CPP headquarters in Sinka, Monrovia, and was attended by top officials of both the Coalition for Democratic Change and the CPP, including Vice President Joel Howard Taylor, CDC Chairman Moba Molu, Councilor Charlie Bromsky, Vice Tender Bearer of the CPP, and CPP Chairman Musa Hassan Bility. What was more surprising was the pronouncement by Chairman Molu. In his acceptance speech following the CPP's endorsement, Chairman Molu thanked the CPP for its support to the re-election bid of President Weah, and surprisingly stated that the party takes the CPP endorsement as a debt that the CDC could pay back in 2029. He said CPP collaborating political parties, you have placed us in your net. The Coalition for Democratic Change is now indebted to you because this endorsement has brought this election to an end. You have reaffirmed the undisputable re-election success of His Excellency George Manuel Weah, and speaking prospectively 6 years after it would not be President Weah on the ballot, there shall be many possibilities. President Weah will be out of the way, perhaps. That may be the time for CDC to repay its debt. I didn't say this because of this endorsement. This statement was rehearsed, but I intend to keep it. So you are losing nothing. You may simply be delaying victory a few more years from now. He also assured the CPP that the CDC will live up to all of its commitments contained in the CPP proposition, throwing a jab at former Vice President Bouaka. Molu said, unlike the UP standard bearer, President Weah kept his promise, and if elected, will work with the CPP to implement all of their requirements or requests. And so, folks, those are all the stories we can share with you from the online version of the Front Page Africa newspaper. We're sending controls to Esther to bring us more developments. Let's say good morning to our friend Amos J. Vincent there in the United States of America. Good morning to you, Amos. Esther?
Okay, I have the online version of the Liberia Daily Observer online. Is right here. One of the top stories says, surprise third place Fisher Appleton backs Bouaka in runoff. Surprise third place finisher Appleton backs Boakai in runoff. That's one of the stories here on the Daily Observer. We as government finally passes MCC scorecard. President, we are government finally passed MCC scorecard. That's one of the stories here. Protesting health workers in Bond County issue ultimatum for justice. This is also here. I think Wendell made mention on that. The power of women's vote is also one of the stories here. Let's see some lines and of this story. It says, as a woman, who will I vote for in the coming election? How will I make the voice for a leader who will work towards a better life for me, my sisters, our daughters, and granddaughters? We know the condition that afflicts us. Many of our lives are hard, struggling to survive and feed our families every day. Then we have to deal with violence and exploitation that too many experiences. Physical violence, the beating and slapping, the rapes and marriage to our girls when they are still children. Disrespect and emotional torture when our lovers abuse our trust, being left to take care of our children on our own because the men who fathered them abandoned us. Economic violence and exploitation when our laborers is taken for granted. We are overburdened with work. These are only a few of the conditions that a leader who deserves my vote must have a track record of working to change. How well do I know those who are seeking my vote? What is their record of treating women? How have they supported and elevated the women in their lives? Their wives, their mothers, or their children, their daughters, and the women that they work with. Will I use my vote to put into power someone who has clearly shown disrespect for women? If I do, I'm saying yes to my own oppression and to the oppression of other women. I therefore have to think twice about this precious vote of mine. The struggle to end violence against women is a big one and spread all over the world. However, women are struggling to end this violence. Women have pushed the members of the United Nations to pass several important conventions and agreements that aim at ending violence against women and girls. But many of these agreements are not implemented, and it is here that we need a new type of male leadership, a positive masculinity. In Africa, several of our presidents of the African Union have pledged their support and are actively putting in place programs for ending violence against women. They have spearheaded a campaign for positive masculinity, the practice of men who respect and promote the rights of women. On 28th November 2023 in South Africa, this group of presidents will be holding a conference to see how far we have gone in Africa to honor our commitments with respect to any violence against women and girls. The leader of the Liberian government should be and needs to be an active participant in these matters, raising the clarion call and mobilizing the entire nation by good example to end this scourge in our nation. The conference hopes, among other things, to get buy-in for the AU campaign on any violence against women and girls. To be launched and implemented at the national levels, to get a strong implementation at the national level requires that the president and his team see this as an important matter, be personally committed to these values, and put resources to achieve them. The challenges of the campaign will be getting on board more African head of states who believe in the practice and positive masculinity. I think that's the story. Let's look up more. Joseph Boakai could be Liberia's Badin. That's one of the stories here. Linun Monuba remains neutral in the runoff. That's one of the stories.
Yeah,
And
let's
of
catch a
course,
few lines of
yeah,
that story. Yeah.
Linu Monumba remains neutral in the runoff election. Let's take some lines from this story. Says Liberians have continued to believe in only CDC and UP for the past 18 years. Ahead of the country's runoff election scheduled for November 14, 2023, Liberia National Union presidential candidate Dr. Clarence Monumba says he is not endorsing any particular party because Liberians are divided enough because of this year's election, but yet continue to vote the same two political parties for the past 18 years. We are divided enough. People have already died because of these elections. Properties have been destroyed and families have been broken. Worse is that our country of Liberia is still way behind the other countries that are way behind, Manuba said. Manuba said amidst all of this has been helping the two parties. I don't understand what this writer is. Manuba said amidst all of this has been happening, the two parties have been in control for the past 18 years. Coalition for Democratic Change and Unity Party, who were both in the run-ups in 2005, 2011, and 2017, have come to Liberians again with promises and the message of change. Manuba, who was one of the youngest presidential candidates, said, "How can Liberians truly say they want to change Liberia when they continue to vote the same two political parties since post-war? So this election is not about me picking a side. It is about the people of Liberia demanding that CDC or UP does a better job in leading this country than they have for the past 18 years." Manuba, who cast himself as candidate prepared to tackle Liberia's numerous problems, said, Manuba said the CDC and UP were selected by the people of Liberia for this year's runoff, and it is important to note, however, that politics and campaigns come and go, but our nation and its development remains paramount. According to him, on October 10, 2023, the people of Liberia decided that at this moment in our country's history, it was not his time to lead and know that a lot of work is needed to be done or needed to do over the next 6 years to earn the trust and support of the Liberian people. We are committed to this journey and can promise all listening that we will work towards Liberia's transformation since the announcement of the results. We consulted with both parties where we laid out a set of preconditions for our support. To conclude, the construction of the Salaye to Foya Road in Lofa, the Sanikole to Zweju Road stretching from Nimai to Grenjide, the completion of the Raversport Road in Cape Mount, and the Buchanan to Riverside Road, he said. Additionally, he said, Linun also asked that plans be made to build technical and vocational colleges in every county capital and several other policies such as the refurbishment of all government hospitals, beginning with the JFK and Jackson Hebdo, as well as better training and salaries to our nurses and doctors. So far, I think we're done. That's where we want to stop. Let's look up a few other stories and then we can send controls back to Wendell. Let's see a few other stories. This is sharing development opportunities for a better future is one of the stories here. The hack up to national development and growth. This is also one of the stories here. Ministry of Foreign Affairs refutes Winnie Cummings Wilson's claim. The permanent mission of the Republic of Liberia to the United Nations attention has been drawn to a Facebook live video that's making rounds on social media by former interim Manawini Cummings Wilson, who claimed to be an employee of the mission. The ministry says it would like to refute the falsehood that Manawini Cummings Wilson is spreading that she is an employee of the permanent mission and that she has been witch hunted by the Minister of Foreign Affairs of the Republic of Liberia. The truth is, Manawini Cummings Wilson was never an employee of the permanent mission of the Republic of Liberia to the United Nations, as she might want the public to believe, but rather was accepted as an apprentice since she pleaded with the mission to afford her the opportunity to learn more about the United Nations system where she desires to seek a future career. However, on June 7, 2023, the ministry informed and reminded Madam Wilson to submit relevant documents to enable the ministry to regularize her employment status at the permanent mission of the Republic of Liberia to the United Nations. The communication further informed Madam Wilson of the requirements of the host country, the United States of America, and the United Nations Protocol for registration and completion of the employment process, which includes the following: a green card or citizenship, work authorization, the most recent 1 to 94 record, a valid passport, a visa to approve an employee's registration at the permanent mission to the United Nations in New York, and to facilitate the issuance of an identification card, along with a complete registration with the UN Protocol and the liaison service. Let's stop you there. Let's see one or two more, and then we can. While I will vote JMB United Party if, and as one of the stories, I am introduces local migration governance inductors to stakeholders in Ganta. And so far, so good. I think that's all of the stories we have for today.
Okay, let me see something. Let me see this story. This is very interesting. Yeah. Liberia, American, Toga, Gateway of Macintosh, and Dawes Waka. Yeah, that's a whole story. All right, folks, those are all the stories we can share with you this morning. We're going to take our break now. When we come back, we're going to hear from U-Turn, Nicholas Dapana Smith, and Gus Corbin. So let's take our break, and then we'll be right back.
It's about music. There are crimes in many places, in every community, you can see. So if you see crime, report it. Don't take law in your hand, call the right authority. Tell it can't take care of it. Crime stopper here for us, bringing safety to your door. Whether you rich or you poor, if you see a human target, enemy you cheche. Do it for your safety. If you see it, don't keep it. You must call to report it. Crime stopper, the people bringing safety to your door. Crime stopper, stopping crime and make it peace for them before. Crime stopper, Liberia, from the center to interior. Crime stopper, keeping us safe, they're stopping crime for all of us. Crime stopper, the people bringing safety to your door. Crime stopper, stopping crime and make it peace for them before. Crime stopper, Liberia, from the center to interior. Crime stopper, keeping us safe, they're stopping crime for all of us.
Crime Stopper Liberia is your community crime fighting partner. Don't take the law into your own hands. Remember, if you see a crime, report it. This is a message from your own self, Old Man Sam Sion.
Crime stopper, the people bringing safety to your door. Crime stopper, stopping crime and make it peace for them before. Crime stopper, Liberia, from the center to interior. Crime stopper, keeping us safe, they're stopping crime for all of us. Crime stopper, the people bringing safety to your door. Crime stopper, stopping crime and make it peace for them before. Crime stopper, Liberia, from the center to interior. Crime stopper, keeping us safe, they're stopping crime for all of us.
Robbie, why you taking?
I said, darling, you look so worried.
Charles, I'm worried because I don't know where to get stuff for my shop and restaurant.
Oh, come on, man. Haven't you heard about Exodus Best Price Store on Gurley Street and Smart Road Junction on the Old Road?
Oh, no, Charles. Tell me about it.
Exodus Best Price Store got everything for your shop and restaurant. And the good news is that they have reduced the prices of club beer products and imported beverages. So to keep that graduation party, wedding reception, and whatever occasion jumping till the break of dawn, Exodus Best Price Store is that place for you.
Is that all?
No, they have for the first time introduced on the LIB market Buffalo Revive that comes with 4 different flavors: Cool Blue, Apple Kiwi, Full Red, and Fitness Orange. is good for athlete and everyone. For wholesale and retail supply, call cell number 0770-617-575. Exodus Best Price Store on Garland Street and the Old Road Smart Road Junction. We are your cheaper wholesale and retail store.
Exactly. When you want some more, I provide it. So we start to talk. Come on, some going deep and deeper. Put it to Ichiki. We are living sense.
Are you in search of a place you can get quality petroleum products? Well, I got news for you. Mayoba and Sons Incorporated is the company to meet all your petroleum needs. We are one of Liberia's leading importers and distributor of petroleum products on the Liberian market. We are fully capacitated to deliver your petroleum and diesel products anywhere in Liberia. Mayoba and Sons Incorporated, we do rental of dump trucks, tanker trucks, heavy equipment, D8, front loader, excavator. Our clearing and forwarding agency is fast, reliable, and can deliver your goods on time. Mayoba and Sons have improved the quality of reconstituted distributions and importation by financial institutions empowerment. Our head offices are located at the Garnersville Town Hall Junction on Barnesville Road and Freeport Sigma Compound on the Bushra Island. For more information, call us on cell numbers 0886 512-379, 0777-512-379, or 0777-255-030, or email us Mayoba, MAYOUBAHS @yahoo.com, or visit our website www.mayobaliberia.com. Our mission is to keep petroleum on the Liberian market stable, effective, and efficient. Our vision is that our presence be felt in the 15 counties with outstanding commitment. Mayoba and Sons, Liberia's pride.
Folks, many thanks for rejoining us on the program from the Print News. And this program is brought to you through the kind courtesy of Crime Stoppers Liberia, Exodus Best Price Store on Curler Street and the Old Road, and also Mayoba and Sons Incorporated. They are also proud to be associated. So let me send controls to our partners, Gus Koma and Dapana. You guys been listening, and all of the stories we read, which one really interests you? Dapana, you want to take the lead? Okay, Gus, let's hear from you first.
Well, I mean, the lead should be, I think, the Millennium Scorecard, I think, is pretty relevant, especially in today. What's going on with our country, and obviously it's good news for the government and administration, knowing that if elected after Tuesday, the government will be able to have some ammunition to continue the development of the country, which is what this scorecard does. It gives you some latitude, some opportunities that, if taken correctly, can help the not just the government but the Liberian people as a whole, that will be able to get loans, grants, and what are those things to be able to move our country forward. So I think it's something that we discuss. I don't really care about all the other ones. They're okay. I think this is very important. Tells you that, again, like some of us have said, yes, when the government came in place, there was a lot of mistake, errors that occurred. But they sat down, took care of things, and here we are today. There's a lot of improvement. There's a lot of good things that have happened since then. And it will behoove us, the Liberian people, to go ahead and try to hand our country back to a group of people that have had the opportunity to run this country and left us here. Again, I want to remind the Liberian people, Liberia was supposed to be rebuilt under JMB and Madam Ellen Johnson Sirleaf. That was the mandate. After war, we were supposed to rebuild every infrastructure in that country. Okay? but we chose, or they chose, to pay people's salaries. Okay. My big brother Amaral supporting Unity Party. He's very well aware. Okay. They chose to pay people's salaries. Okay. They said we had a brain drain. We had a brain drain. What did we do? Where are those brains today that we drain? Have they helped us? Or did they just siphon all of our resources out of the country? Okay. So the question and the debate should be about where do we go? And this is what this president is doing. Where do we go forward? And we don't see us going backwards. And going back to Joseph Boakai and the Unity Party is really going backwards. And me and Gus Korma, I believe it will be a travesty for us to go back to the Unity Party. Thank you.
Yeah, so I want to join you, Gus, by appreciating the government for the level of work done so far. I think is something that we should celebrate. The scorecard is something that is almost like a report card, like you perform all through the year as a student, and then at the end of the year you get your score or your performance, as it relates to all of the work that you did in school.
Yeah.
So I think it's very encouraging. I want to appreciate the minister, Minister Samuel Twe, and his team for the performance. I think there's a 2 times in a row now when it comes to us passing. I think last year we passed, and this year.
Yeah, but we did not qualify last year.
We did not qualify, because we did not meet up with the benchmark.
Yeah, so what I understand is that even though we passed last year, but we didn't reach to a certain standard, but I think we went above, right? Last year, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
This recent one, we did extremely well because
and there's people then that
you have to reach meet up with 10 of the indicators.
Yeah.
But Liberia, went 14 out of the 20. So I think
get understand, will we be getting something because of?
Yes, we'll be getting 500 mil.
No, it qualifies you to get those things and grants and loans.
Liberia will be considered to get a compact grant of 500 million.
So last year,
you gotta remember last year they said even though you guys passed, but you guys won't be getting nothing. And
here's the point. The point is these same yahoos, including I'm not gonna use some of the words I want to use on them. Okay, these same people that was here last year.
Yeah.
Giving us all kinds of, you guys passed, but you can't get a millennial grant because we got it when we were Unity Party. Well, guess what? This government has passed it and qualified for those same things, including the former minister now.
That's good.
That was there when they passed it. Now CDC has passed it themselves, and they
so this year is different.
Yeah, what is he going? What do they have to say about it now?
Well, there's nothing they can say. It's good. I'm very excited because I thought it was the same as last year. So that's the reason why I was not celebrating it.
No. It's not the same as last year. Yeah.
Okay, but I think it's encouraging. You see, my people in Radio Land, let me put it in the Kurokwa. You hear the good news. So that the thing now, you need to go all out of my 14 and 4% we are.
Yeah, when we say we're getting there,
because the money, where we will get that only person we are not to manage it because the last time they gave the bargain, nothing to do. Look at the radio. They say they spend all that money on nothing.
Yeah.
So we're begging you. That will put person we are there again. At least they will be able to manage their money. That's the only thing they will get. They will be able to manage it well.
They said they gave you a small life. President, we are like the life.
Yeah. So it's a good news. It worth celebrating. So that's the reason why we all need to put hands around this president. That's the reason why we all need to put hands, around this government. Because the government has done a whole lot for our country. And when they were in Esther yesterday, it was very colorful at the party headquarters.
Okay.
We were there and I spoke to the press, wow. Yeah, y'all, you and Esther are ready to get your prize. Because y'all made me popular. I had 20 journalists surrounding me. Interviewing me.
You
Yeah.
deserve it, my man.
Yeah,
For the work you do for country, you deserve such an honor.
Yeah, so we want to appreciate the government, and this will motivate me to go out the remaining days to see how best we can campaign, encourage more people to not be led, do not be misled. And just before we come on, I see that Abeton man, the people there, the endorsing President Wiggana.
Yeah.
Again, the same thing happened in Akko, the same thing happened in Abeton.
Yeah.
Now the people then endorsing President Wiggana. The naming people then.
My man, don't name those people. My man, the people say these people don't even credit Appleton. They say Appleton that mystical figure. Why are we even talking about him?
Yeah, the naming people then.
But I ain't the celebrating.
We are right now as I speak. I saw it.
Misplaced vote.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, it's a good thing with this scorecard.
Yes,
it's worth celebrating, and I just want to call on Liberians, those of you under the sound of our voices. You see, this is why every time we sit here, we encourage you to vote President Weah, because he's the only person that can bring transformation to Liberia at this point in time. We will be considered 500 million compact grant. And you know what $500 million is going to do for Liberia?
That's huge.
Do you know what 500 million is going to build us more housing units? It's going to build more hospitals. It's going to build us more roads, rehabilitate public schools, and you just name it. It will be able to pay some of the awards fees, the tuition-free stuff, and all of that. That's where this money will go to, because the government is going to tell the people, look, I need this money for X, Y, Z. So Liberians, come 14 November, don't pass by number 2. Just tap right to number 2 and vote the gender-sensitive ticket. George Manneh Weah and Joel Howard Taylor. Number 2. Look, don't be relaxed. Don't be complacent. The numbers we got in the first round, we want to double that number, because this time around is nothing like percentage. That's simple majority.
Yeah.
So if Esther get 50, winner get 51, they were announced winner as the winner.
But we know end of the simple majority made American first.
And
the man won with 11,000 votes.
Yeah.
That's simple majority, because if you're going to be absolute, you're going to go for second round.
Second round. Yeah. So you see, So my people, y'all don't listen to that. Y'all listen to President Weah. Listen to President Weah. He's the man to turn things around for Liberia.
Definitely.
So let's give him all of the support. The other people had 12 years. They had 12 years. You had less than 3 counties that were electrified during your administration for 12 years, when you had billions of United States dollars coming into the country.
Exactly.
Billions.
All right? Billions. They couldn't build you roads. They couldn't build you hospitals. They couldn't build the poor people housing units.
Boga couldn't even a lobby for the road to Lofa, that Lofa road.
Group of 77 that he had control of. He couldn't even control it.
Yeah. Oh, that mismanagement over there. They took the people from their housing area, they put them on the beach. They were using the building for school.
Yeah.
But here's the important thing. The important thing is they got all of those money to elevate our country, to rebuild our country. They did not.
Nothing.
They put money into their family and friends' hands for salary. Again, let them come and disprove us. Look, Amara Koneh was finance minister. People were getting allowances for housing in the terms of $20,000-$30,000.
Exactly.
Living in Liberia. Okay, let him come and tell us that we're wrong. That is not true. People were getting the housing. People were getting the housing allowances in that country. People were getting paid $20,000 a month.
A month.
And then we were paying them housing allowance. We also was the first time the introduction of, not only are we paying you, we're giving you gas slip. We're paying for your car to be serviced. What kind of economy is that, Mr. Koneh? That is my question. So when we talk about our economy, this and that, is that how we run our economy? Mr. Cornell worked in America, where we all work today.
Yeah.
When we get salary, our salary encompasses those things. My salary pays for my house, pay for my gas, pay for everything that I do.
Yeah.
But in Liberia, they introduced those things where we pay you salary, but we were there in the government.
Yeah.
Take the money again and pay for everything, houseboy, cook, and all of that.
Yeah.
You think your houseboy better than the rest of the citizens in Liberia?
They still
You
living
think
in
that's
their
the
own
same
house.
government we want?
They were living in their own house, but
Yeah.
government was still paying their
Yeah,
rental fees.
that's
Let's
Instead,
make
they
it very
renting
simple to our
and
people.
they're collecting that money.
That's it.
Exactly.
Yeah.
This is what they did with all of that money that was given to
Mhm.
us, the goodwill. They
Yeah.
use it on themselves. Then they say
Sure.
we had an economy. You had no economy. You had a bunch of people. Listen, in the finance ministry, Mr. Conner can attest to this, that there were so many expats because, again, we said we had brain drains. You know what our partners did to us? They brought plenty of their people then to come and work for us.
Yeah.
So those
Took that
people
money
were
back.
getting paid in all of those ministries.
Exactly.
Let Mr. Conner come and say we were wrong. That is
And you
not
know how
true.
many times there were budget shortfall
Yes,
on
budget shortfall.
on Amara
Amara.
Corner?
Yeah.
No, the shortfall part, I like to
you
talk
know.
about that different. But the problem is they misuse our money. And then they're
Yeah.
going to come here and say that we don't know what we're doing. This
Yeah.
government here is doing everything they can on their own weak ways. Every money
Yeah.
that they have is what they're using. The little loans that they're even able to get, opportunity to get, not even close to what you guys had. And then
Yeah.
you're going to come here and act like you're going to change
So-
Liberia.
so
You
let-
cannot
let's-
change
let's-
Liberia like that.
Let's speak to the conscience of our people. Look,
Yeah.
Liberians, if you ever tried to go the other way, you will regret it. The desperation of Unity Party, it would take you back, it would take us back to nowhere. Look, let me tell you something. You have the presence of UNMIL in Liberia. And the reason you see Liberians where, everything all right, because you were paying the UNMIL staff, there were millions of dollars pouring into the country monthly. The United Nations staffers that were here, they had local workers and all of that. So, you couldn't feel it,
Yep.
as compared to when they left out of Liberia. And this government came in with the limited resources. No only in Liberia. President Weah was able to renovate the executive mansion. Today, the president is operating from the executive mansion.
Yes.
They were there for 12 years.
Yes.
There were every year money was put into the budget
And
for
they
the
cannot
year.
get that
Two
kind of
hospitals.
funding.
Yeah, they were not able to build one hospital. They were not able to, all of these things they did to Liberia. But in 6 years, you have a state-of-the-art hospital that is being built in Bapulu. Can you imagine 100 bedrooms with everything?
It's fully completed.
Yeah. It's fully completed.
14 military.
14 military hospital, they condemn it. They say, that place there, you
All
all take
the
that money
victim
you're putting in
And
JFK.
it was very helpful to the COVID fight.
Exactly.
All of those
The
things.
very people that were condemning it were the very ones that they were taking there when they got hit by COVID.
Yes.
Right.
They criticized the Invincible Spokes Park. They say, that the airport there, they will clean it coming, will embarrass it. Today, we are all going there, want to do selfie, want to take all the best photos and everything. So I don't understand. See the presidential beach park, Redemption Street.
Yeah.
Few months from now, it will be dedicated. Go to the Survival Spokes Park. Esther, I don't know whether you ever drove around there, before that road was constructed. You go to Doe Community, guys, you can attest to that. You go to, when you read in Doe Community, not fun. But today, you see the modern road that people have there. You see the Invincible Park. Look.
We drove on the other day.
Exactly. So let's give President Weah another 6 years. He deserved another 6 years.
But we don't need a schemer in the executive mansion. Why will Omen Paga, as he is, will be playing the kind of games? Look at the thing he did to Cummings.
I bet let my be there.
Your eyes You requesting for money and you don't have intention, but then you requesting for the money. Then when people talk this, Costa just angry because they may invite president, but that's not the case. That's not the thing. We are lucky. This other man is corruption free.
The other ego would not land. We will break the ego wing before it gets there.
Yeah.
The ego not landing. Look, let's be honest. The truth is, we need to let our Liberian people know that these people squander, like the man himself has said, Joseph Boakai has said. They squandered. You know what I mean? They say they waste every opportunity that they have.
Yeah.
Yes.
He said we could have done much more. We could have done much more, but we had those opportunities. We squandered them.
Like when they were saying, when Elmo, people forget so quick. You guys, I was old enough. We were there when, how you call it? ECOMO.
ECOMO.
During the war.
Yeah.
What side was balling? And now they side where ECOMO was.
Yes.
Let's be honest.
Yeah.
At all the U.S. in Monrovia, we were doing well.
Yeah.
Get transaction overseas, and they were coming in Monrovia. There was no ECOMO on the other side. What you had? JJ, right?
Yes.
JJ. That's all you had.
Yeah.
So
they used to call that side Greater Liberia.
Exactly. So look at the difference. This is all that happened with these people. When they come here, they try to tout their whole economic powers. Economically, we were doing well. You are doing well because you're on life support. Okay? Somebody doing everything for you that doing well there. When you finally have a president that had to do everything for themselves and your country, and during, by the way, a pandemic, they did all of this stuff during a pandemic.
Yeah.
If you are not,
because you remember when Amara Conan left the finance ministry position, all right? When everybody said, he took a fabulous job at the UN. Where he at today, and he came back because the people know that in government they say that they can get their free money. So you get fabulous job at United Nations, you're being paid where you've been paid off. They
said job. I will not take that away. I'll be honest.
I agreed he had a good job. He had a good job, but I mean, nobody would want to leave a kind of a job where you. Let me lay my thought on this issue. You were coming, cause. But my thing is, people were celebrating Amara Conan, that Amara Conan had a fabulous job.
Yeah.
He doesn't need government job and every other thing. He's being well paid off and all of that. I agreed. He got the qualification. He's competent and everything. But why he left that job to come out and to be senator?
So let me answer that. Again, any one of us can do that. I
can do it. I can do that.
I know Amara Conan, this is his country. He truly believes in he could be a part of the rebuilding of this country, which I commend him for, anybody else.
Because he was there before, he didn't do nothing to rebuild, so I don't know what kind of rebuilding.
But what I don't agree with is
the man serve for the man, girl. Because you are one of those who've been talking to people to come to do medical work in this country. And when this country received $20 million, for their mortality something, and that money was squandered.
Right. So this is the point I'm making. His job, you brought about his job. Yes, the record is there that he had those jobs and whatnot. But him coming back, I applaud him for it. But don't come back and disparage other people's work. You were in the same position.
Yeah.
They're doing the same thing you did or better. So you know what? Don't disparage them. That's just like I will not disparage you for, you know what? Amara went and got a job. No. He is a seasoned professional, and that, as a Liberian, I will always be proud of. Just like I've always told anybody, George Weah, Elzana Cummings, all of those people. I would disagree with you policy-wise, but I'm not going to disagree with you in that kind of area. But right now, Liberia is doing well economically per our scorecard, just like they did under Mr. Kone. Mr. Twe has done well, and the president and the government need to benefit from what they just did. And that's what I'm here for. Thank you.
So, Wendell, just before the election, Amara Conan came down to the country, and I followed him when he went as CEO. He was very positive about the government. He said all the positive things. At that time, he was determining whether he will run in Maserati or Backwood. He came down. And so what has changed?
Yeah.
What has changed that now you are saying everything about the government that you pay a few months ago. You pay somewhere to a few months ago. Say, the positive about the government a few months ago. So what has changed?
And I'm also told that the reason he was booted out of the job because he was underperforming. Yeah, Amaracone. You know, so somebody's supposed to send me all of the information.
Wendell,
this man,
he was never booted out of a job. That, let's be honest. These information are readily available to any one of us. Okay, let's debate the issue that Samuel Tuah has just outperformed Mr. Kone by doing what he did. Let's just.
But did you follow Amaracone of recent, Gus?
Yes, I have.
All right, I know you listened to some of the things he said.
I've listened to some of the things he said.
So this man served as finance minister, and there were problems most of the time. You know, there were salaries issue and all of that. We are not saying he's not a Liberian. No, he doesn't have the right to come home and contribute. But when you come home to contribute, when you see good things happening, you say it. But the other time, a few months ago, this is the very man who was raining down praises on the government. Right. So why has changed his mind? You know?
Exactly, Wendell. Thank you. That is the point we're trying to make. We can't be like him, right? We can't say it now because when he was praising us, we weren't saying these things. So now when he goes the other way, we don't say those things. But what we would do is this: we will erect the checkpoints and show that, look, Mr. Kone, with all due respect, with all of your accolades, this man, Samuel Tuah, has done just as well as you or better. Because the scorecard, Amara Kone got the scorecard, right? For Liberia when he was, Samuel Tuah has it. Okay, now what else do you have? Samuel Tuah has ran this country without the aids and support that you have, Mr. Kone. And guess what? We are still here and doing well, running our country peacefully and doing all we can. So what else do you want? I can make that debate with Mr. Kone, and I have to go personal and say something that I know is not true because I know this information of him being booted out is a lie. It's political BS. I would never go that way. My president would never go that way.
Let's for the remaining time we have, we can take some calls. Esther will read out the comments, and we can leave from here at our time. So those of you listening, you can call us on 0776 104 104 086 500 104. The numbers, the WhatsApp line is +231 86 500 104. Call and make your contribution. Because of time, we're not going to give you 1 minute. We'll give you 30 seconds to make your point. If you surpass your 30 seconds, just make sure that the clock is going to kick you off. So please, let's respect the time and govern ourselves accordingly. All right, so we can now entertain your calls, and let's go to the phone lines and take our very first caller this afternoon. Caller, good afternoon and welcome. Yeah, we're fine. What's your name and where you join us from? 30 seconds. Let's hear you quickly. 30 seconds.
You know, I say we appreciate the president and the economic management team. You know, for bringing us this far. This is a massive achievement. And I was telling one of my fathers, he said, this 14 is so much dear to us because this 14 is just behind the president.
Yeah.
So clear cut, this 14 is for us come November 14.
And that's something you just said, we just noticed, you know, 14 indicators and 14 November.
Yeah. So it's so dear to us as decision to our president. Something has to him. Then you know my sister.
And we are 14 our Jews.
They flunky some of our minister. But anyway, when Jackman goes and Esther, I will always us as Liberian people. Look how when you return to the country, he been quiet. Now we are not giving you joy again 9 years. He's now opening his mouth to talk.
Okay.
You know, this is what we do to our job. Whenever these guys treat us bad when they come by, we give them power, they will sit over us and begin to treat us. But Nigerians, number 2 is the way power. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Thank you for that brilliant contribution on the show. Let's take you this caller. Let's take another person. This line is some kind of line I don't like to bother with. Hello, caller. Hello. Oh, you won't tell? Let me take another person. Hello. Yeah, how are you? Go ahead. What is your name? Go ahead.
Yeah, I just want to make a point on the American issue. American as a girl, him myself and Nathan. In fact, 11,000 you're talking about you, the way in which he wanted, it was just something like now they're talking the day from over years. More people are left from last time since 30 years ago that he truck. They the one causing to win the election. It's not the citizen of Wabun County. Him myself in the same place. Yeah, I got a lot of things ready to say about American, but it's just because of the time.
Okay. All right. So just you can call us after the show. We'll get some of the information for you. No, you just call me. Call me on this number. I can't call my personal number on the air. Just call me right after the show on this same number. Then I will talk to you.
Okay. Thank you.
All right. Let's take you this person. Hello.
How are you?
I'm fine. Thank you. We are here and we're doing good. What's your name and where you calling from? 30 seconds. 30 seconds.
My brother, you can't blame Americans. You blame the electorate themselves. Can you imagine somebody who paid something somewhere to save life? Look at the result that came from there for God in heaven's sake that had to play.
I said, man, chuck people.
Yeah, we're all the trucking, sir. We're all the trucking, but you have the citizens that living there. I was living for me. Before you could take patient from Bobo Center, before you reach somewhere, bro, the person down on you. People were buried like that. People buried there. That people who were born in that battle, they didn't see that buried people. You're seeing like that video. Go get that man. They'll act ungrateful.
Well, that's deception right there.
But the government didn't also have anybody good in there to run against, and that was the problem.
I thank you, man. I thank you. I will have my.
Okay, my brother. Thank you. Let's take this person. Hello.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Yeah, this is Peter and Peter, the acting secretary for the Purple Media Women Network.
All right, Peter and Peters, go ahead. Let's hear you.
Yeah, let me say thanks to all of you for the conversation. You know, one of my disappointments in most of the past government officials is that they claim to be patriotic, they claim to have the country at heart, but even if there is a single positive thing, they refuse to talk about it. Now they are passing around talking about, oh, but your party, they didn't get money, you're not getting anything. They what we want to hear is that how much the country is receiving. Even though they know those simple truths, but they refuse to talk about it, and they claim to be patriotic. This is not about President Weah, but it's about the country that they claim to love. And what happened in Babolu in the election? Our election result was stolen in Babolu County. A few months ago, I listened to OKFN. They went in Babolu to do some survey about the voting issues or the view of the people over there. When they came back, the report they gave was that because of the hostile the president bill over there, most of the people have interest in the government. Most of them talk about voting the president rather than the opposition. That was the time the OKFN, they even called their attention that all the opposition got to go to Babolu County to work. Because most of the people that are there, they are talking only about the president because of the hospital.
Okay.
So it was unfortunate that the result I came from Babolu County, it was in the interest of the United Party. Because those people, they have the strategy and they have all the skills of rigging election. We saw that in Liberia. That's what the same thing that they try to apply in this election.
Okay.
This is why we are going to protect our votes. We are going to make sure our people will be on the field to observe everything that will be going on.
Okay. Thank you, Peter and Peter. Thank you so much for your contribution. Let's take another person. Hello. Yeah, how are you?
Tell us your name. We didn't get your name. Okay.
Yeah, your voice. I know they campaign thing here now. Tell all your vote.
Okay. Yes.
Yeah.
Thank
Good
you,
news.
Dale.
Liberia can get plenty money on the job. We are administration. Mama. Thank you. Thank you, Mama. Thank you so much. Let's take this person. Hello.
How are you, brother? How are you to the brothers in the diaspora?
Yeah, we're fine. Thank you. Let's take 30 seconds from you quickly.
Yeah, I joined you from the Borough of Kuta, specifically Simple British Incan community. I want to say hi for you guys at the Conscious Thousand, our young people. The lady who just left the land said all that we wanted to say today. Protecting and defending the struggle is by putting vigilant and patriotic consciousness men to the very polling center. Okay. Having said that, I just want to call on our brothers in the diaspora. I want to commend you for directing this checkpoint when we are with the president, the ambassador of the president. Our president is someone, when you fail him, he leave room for you to repent. As you saw with Costa, as you saw with brother James Diva, and so many people. Thank you for the time.
Thank you. Man, we are talking about, you can call he's one of those pushing the president case in the southeast, Pawiyatoba. Let me take him for a minute. That old man, so they probably get plenty of things he's doing for Joya in the southeast. Patoba, hello. Patoba, are you there? Hello?
Try to increase.
It's increased. I don't know. Patoba, you there? If I drop you off, I won't get you again. So you got to talk now. All right. It seems Patoba phone is having some issues. So let me take this person. Hello. Hello.
How you doing?
I'm fine. What's your name and where you calling from?
Okay, well, my name is Sipos. I'm a musician. How do all that place over there? I've been following the program. I got something short to say. As a warning and advice. That was for the sake of peace, President. We are used to do. We want to warn you that they won yet, and I'm for the sake of peace. They won yet. And for the sake of peace,
when you want him, just put a respect for that. Want to respectfully warn him.
My man, you got to take CFOS. You can't warn the president.
So you want to respectfully warn him. You know, you got to make it decent.
Yeah, you can't. Yeah. All right, let's take Patoba. Hello.
The wanted president.
Patoba, how are you? I'm fine. Go ahead.
We pray for the good news for this republic. My son, we say big thank you to God. And Joe, where we sit in that chair, there's nobody, no fear, no threat.
No, sure.
You're coming back to sit down.
Definitely.
May God bless you all.
Thank you.
Amen. Ma Sisi, what you say?
One second, Wendell.
Yeah, afternoon, small girl. How are you? Ma Sisi.
Yeah. How are you today?
Good afternoon.
You'll be saying good afternoon whole day? Ma Sisi, what's happening to this call? Hello? Oh, man. Oh, but let me see what I can take you. Ma Sisi, you there?
Yeah.
All right, go ahead. Let's hear you.
You get me clear now?
Go ahead.
Okay, this is Martin. I'm calling from Clouds this afternoon. Listen, thank you for the topic. Listen, hi to God, Tapana and Esther on the show. Yeah, you're doing a very hard job for us. You're just a people defender cheerleading.
All right.
What was the say? Let's put Amara Pone, projection, let's put him water. Not the person Amara Pone yet. They were yet to again, nothing to show us. Oh, I was for a local white girl. They went down and we are working in the toilet, so they were there. So they were there, we are government are broken down from the toilet. They were with them there. That's why one day us in the country. That just shame and disgrace getting there. They put it at 2%. We are working for the government. They want to stay on their platform. They don't shoot it and they will hear it. They will enter their flesh. They will eat them up and they will hear it. The purpose of government. They say they will go back story. Yeah, we hear for that story. Oh, we'll tell you how to put it. Number 2 is the leader.
Papa story.
Number 2 is the leader. What number 2 is the now I'm telling you outside there.
Okay. Yeah, what did you carry?
Yeah, the flyers.
All right. All right, man, Sisi. All right. Amara Kamara, eh? All right, man, Sisi. Thank you. Go on the feed. Go on the feed. Go on the feed. All right, go on the feed. Let's take Amara Talawale. Hello. Yeah, good afternoon. Welcome to the show. Let's hear you. 30 seconds. We don't have the time in our favor.
Thank you so very much, and thank to the rest of your colleagues. And this is the best way to go out. We have to ensure that our boots are tied and our sleeves are rolled. As I speak to you, we are right now in Momotown, in Electoral District number 16, engaged with our door-to-door process with the district representative on Recibo. And this is unique to almost every district at the moment. On the 14th of November, each and every one of us play leadership role in the district, going to be pool actions, including a representative. We are to ensure that our votes this time around are not only protected by our mouth, but by our actions.
Okay.
We are a crossroad, and we are prepared to turn back no more. Every other person will have to get involved. All hands must be on deck.
Okay.
People of Liberia, Georgia have done so much to not let him down. Let us go to the process. Let's take it head on. Thank you, Freedom FM, for the work you do. Thank you so very much.
Thank you too.
Thank you very much, Amara Talawale. Let's go to Esther to read the comments, and then we can come and close up. So, Esther, let's hear from you quickly.
Something Nilman Myers says he's watching from Tingas Village. And he says, number 2, Bobby Jade says, good morning. I'm watching you from my Satan residence this morning. Musu Kwati says, number 2, Ola Stone says, the great stone I remain to be. Watching from Matadi. John Topa says, watching from Brewerville. Patience Hawa Cooper says, watching from Clear Street. Daniel Tor, good morning, Esther. I'm Daniel Tor Jr. following from my office, Freeport, Monrovia. We are former classmates. What's up? How you doing, Daniel? Frederick Z. Che says, watching from our Block C residence in Yanford Town Community, Garnersville Township. I'm the national chairman for the Yanford Town Youth Associate, that's organization. Thanks for the show. Amos Vincent says, my Freedom Family, the FNN radio station, we will sure to get there. He again says the time have changed. We have 5 hours difference between us now. Daniel Toy again says, I strongly support President Weah re-election. Amos Vincent again says, I hope he was drunk when he was talking to the CPP because Cummings will never be a president for Liberia. Liberia is not ready for Bulgaria. I swear. Kelvin Soko says, watching live from the USA. Thanks for the show. Cluto Eddie says, good morning, Freedom Family. I'm watching from Sinker A Street. Ricky Agat Celebrity Fling says, good morning, Winel Nimne. How was your night? Hope you're doing good. And good morning to you as well, Esther. I believe you are good too as well. I want to appreciate you guys for informing. I look good. The Liberian people.
You look good in your pockets too, right?
Exactly.
No.
Exactly, because you are right about that. They are the ones that's supposed to build this country after the war. Edwin Moba again says the best for now. Kitted Tabagi says watching. Ricky again says Gus. They mismanaged their money and now they want to come back in power to loot resources, steal money, and we can never allow it anymore. Asata and Miller says, good afternoon, Freedom Radio family. I'm watching live from Red Light. Thanks for the show. Amos again says, I just got home, family. We will surely get there. Mary Tule says, good morning, Freedom Family. President, we are 12 years possible. Come on November 14th. Ricky again says the president was playing soccer. He was wearing number 4 in the first round of the election. He was placed at at number 14 again. That was number 18. I'm sorry. Let's see more comments. Ricky Augustine celebrity fling again says to all Liberian, I want we all to go at the ballot box on November 14 and vote for number 14. Liberians wake up on I'm saying on November 14 and vote George Weah for his re-election. So Ricky, President Weah is at number 2. So when you're talking to people about, just say number 2. Mark Atos says, good morning, guys. Thanks for the show. I'm watching from Wellington, New Jersey. You're the one who you're still. You don't drag me. Betty Quay says, number 2. Ricky again says, vote number 2 on November 14. Number 2 all the way. Daniel Saki says, what's up, big brother? Laman Gol says, good afternoon. My name is Laman Gol. I'm watching from Rehab Community in Painesville. Godspeed. Nice boy. Starlet says, watching from Bernard's Farm. President Weah re-election is sure in 14. Keep on November 14. Keep playing around us. So far, so good. I think these are all of the comments we have.
Thank you very much. And again, we want to say to you, thanks for being a part. But we want you to go and check why Amara left his job, because he was not doing. He has performance issues, and so Gus need to go and confirm that. So just go and confirm it. You will get to know that the reason Amara couldn't continue the job because of performance issues. All right. So on this note, folks, we got to go. Let's say a big thank you to all of you for watching. Thanks for listening. Those of you who took up your time to call and make your input on the show, we really appreciate all of you for your contribution. And I want to say thanks to all of our sponsors, Crime Stoppers Liberia, Mayuba and Sons Incorporated, our one and only Exodus Best Price Store on Gurley Street and the Old Road. I want to say a big thank you to all of you for being a part of this edition of the Print News. So let's take 30 seconds for Dapana. We come to Gus and Esther, then we go home.
Well, I want to say thanks to all of the callers for calling in and putting the points across. It is good being here, discussing the re-election of President Weah, celebrating the good news coming from the MCC as it relates to the scorecard. And we want to say,
one of my women said the MCC winner. She said winner that Maria said the corporation is talking about. I said no, Mama.
Medellin Challenge Compact. Yeah, so we want to say thanks. That was a good one. 14. That was easy. My man Emoka. Yeah, my brother. Thank you.
Yeah, he spoke
that
up.
14.
Yeah.
We passed 14. Then November 14, Jerry Atu, we used to wear 14. So it clear. Number 2, November 14. So I want to say thanks. We'll continue to be engaged with our people. We'll go out the campaign in the last days, and we'll make sure that person will be re-elected because he deserves to be re-elected. Thank you.
All right, thank you, Gus. Let's hear you, and then we go.
Yeah, thank you again. One thing I pride myself in is I don't get any propaganda like that. If I know you, I would not say something disparaging of you. I can disagree with you and know that. The situation with Mr. Connor, we disagree right now politically. Like my brother Adapana said, prior to his endorsement, he was saying all the good things about this government because, again, there was negotiations there. Now he's on the other side. He's going to say whatever he wants to say. So me, I understand that. But I would never go personal with somebody on something that I know is not true. Because, again, people would do the same thing with my own person, and then I have to defend them, and I refuse to do that. Thank you. You have a great day. Amara Kona, you chose the wrong side, bro. I'm just telling you, you're going to regret it. Thanks.
Very much. He's definitely going to regret it. So, guys, it was wonderful having you guys there while we sit here. Number 2 is right on the ballot box. The guy is there, and the lady is right by him. Let's vote number 2 and make President Weah president again.
All right, so folks, like the farmers always say to the crops, plant you now and dig you later. We gotta be playing. We'll be playing host to Dakpana on Friday. All right, Dakpana will soon be leaving us, so we We have to play host to him. He's now going to be a panelist. He's going to be a guest on Friday. So thanks to all of you. Don't forget, we are driving now. Dakmana is taking us for lunch, and we're going to 2nd Street. We're going to 2nd Street to enjoy our lunch. I care for some edibles and plantain, maybe with a cup of tea this morning. So, all right, folks, we out.